technology almost works. Well, hello everybody. I'm Jeff Hardy. I am the Service Provider Solution Marketing Manager for Acronis. And do this. Talk amongst yourselves a little bit. One of the biggest problems we've seen, and we covered this in our summit over back in November. We had a big summit in Miami. And one of the biggest topics was how difficult it is to manage all the operational overhead at MSPs these days. And so just talk amongst yourselves. Give everybody a thumbs up or an exclamation point if you're struggling with that as well. If making of the chaos of all the different systems and things that you have to deal with every day is a problem for you and your organization. So go ahead and do that in the chat right now, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. My presentation is on that theme: stop the chaos, bringing sanity to backup, disaster recovery, and complete cyber protection. Let's talk a little bit about how we do that. Now, if you've been in the game as long as I have, you know that everything's being simplified. Everything in the world is being simplified. From how we order things to the phones that we use to how we send payments to each other. But checks are now digital payments. I pay for my coffee these days with Venmo and with PayPal. But when it comes to things like cybersecurity and data protection, the things that we live and breathe every single day, it's gone the other way. The more threats that we encounter, the more opportunity, the greater the threat landscape, then the harder and more complex things seem to be. And that's just not the way it should be. Because it used to be simple. I mean, I go back to the 1990s is when I got in this game. It was really simple. You installed an antivirus, you created a backup, and that was what cyber protection was way back in the day. And we know, because at Acronis, we were celebrating 20 years, Brendan. We've been around this game for a long time, and we've seen it develop. What's changed? Well, IT's moved to the cloud. 10 million cloud servers out there. I think the number's even higher nowadays. The volume and importance of data has grown exponentially. And they say data is the new oil. In this age of AI and automation and machine learning, data is even more valuable than it's ever been. People will be craving data more than they ever have been, and therefore our need to protect it is going to go up exponentially as well. New productivity and SaaS apps. Every single one of those businesses that you deal with, all your clients, they all have these things, but every time they add a new SaaS app, they increase the threat horizon, they increase the threat landscape. There's more risk vectors coming in. And then, of course, as you guys just mentioned, you talked about the job board for a channel program, the need for skilled talent. There's still 3.5 million open cybersecurity jobs worldwide, and we have to find a way to manage all of that together. So what does that mean? You have more cyber threats. You can read it yourself. There's more agents, there's invoices, risks. All this complexity just builds up in the system over time, and MSPs have to deal with it on a regular basis. In fact, it's pushing all of us, and you may hear all of us say similar messaging along this line. It's pushing all of us to take and work towards consolidation, right? 75% of organizations are pursuing security vendor consolidations. That's up from 29% just a couple of years ago. And 50% of organizations are improving productivity to their security teams, and because they just have to. We have to do more. So the old models are obsolete. We need a new model. What would be a good model? There's only one way to be part of the transformation. Consolidate as much as you possibly can. Purpose-built solutions, integrated cyber protection technologies, and that all begins with a great backup and disaster recovery strategy, which is where Acronis was born. So let me just real quick talk about the Acronis Cyber Protect Cloud platform, because that's where it all starts for us. Because you can just take and use us as simple backup and disaster recovery, advanced disaster recovery, and take and get everything protected for your customers, but there's more opportunity there for you as well. So here you have it, integrated solution with physical workloads and cloud workloads. All of them can be covered by Acronis. This is what it looks like kind of from a schematic. Let's take a step back and look at it from a schematic point of view. Right, starting with backup, right? We have base backup. It's file-based and image-based. It's an app backup. It can back up, importantly, it can back up where you want it to be. The cloud, it can back up to a local device. It can back up to a third-party cloud or the Acronis Cyber Protect Cloud. We have a philosophy here at Acronis, from anywhere to anywhere. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. Then you have things like advanced backup, Microsoft and SQL service and Oracle DB service. We have a very big penetration into the database server market to back those up as well from an advanced backup perspective, which gives application aware levels of backup. But there's too much to talk about now. Let's move on to the next item, disaster recovery, right? We have test failover and cloud-only VPN connections, and then advanced disaster recovery, allowing you production and test failover, cloud-only and site-to-site VPN connections as you need them, multiple templates that you can take and deploy automatically, cyber protect, disaster recovery, even runbooks, and there's even some new exciting things happening with what we call cyber scripting. But on top of that, you need security. And one of the big advantages of the platform like Acronis is that once you have that backup, once you have disaster recovery in place, it gives you a place to take and look at and address your security needs without impacting the performance of your native servers, the ones that are running your actual workloads in real time, because you can take and do a lot of that work inside the backup. Right? This is where security comes in. We have base security and we have advanced security, including our new endpoint detect and response solution, data loss prevention. Basically, you can add on these additional services as you have customers that need them. If you bring on somebody who has HIPAA regulations, they're going to have certain requirements that take an advanced location, and you, with a simple flick of the switch, can turn on DLP or EDR for them in real time. Management. Base management's included in the CyberProtect platform. The group management for workloads, remote desktop assistance, hardware inventory, that's all included. But you can also take and do advanced management over the top of it, and that's where cyber scripting and patch management and HDD health, all those things start to come into play, including software deployment updates. Again, now automation. Automation is how you're going to bring that efficiency to your teams. You have a base automation. Again, it's just included basic service desk and CRM, but then you can have advanced automation as well to include things like sales and billing automations. They can make sure that your back officers are as efficient as your frontline support teams. And then it integrates with accounting and payment systems, service desks, and time tracking. Basically, that's our philosophy. We want to be integrated with all the tools that you use now, the ones that you want to use. And that's where the Acronis platform comes in. Now, platform has got to be one of the most overused phrases in IT today. It seems like everything's a platform. Starbucks, coffee mobile app is they probably call that a platform. But let me tell you what. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but kind of your wrap-up time there.
Oh my goodness! All right, let me go through it. Our platform, we have 150 integrations now. We're targeting 300 new integrations by the end of the year, and we have 52 data centers now all across the world. So GDPR and compliance requirements are handled. In summary, we're focused on you, continue to innovate and bring performance and simplicity to backup, disaster recovery, and cyber protection, and then take advantage of the special offer we have for you. How do you get that? Well, simple. You go to the special breakout room. Sherry and Stephen are there waiting for you guys now, and they'll be there after the call. Shortly after this call is over, go there, talk to Stephen and Sherry, and they'll be able to make sure you get this offer. 100% credit on your Acronis invoices if you switch now, so it doesn't cost you a penny to switch. And I went too long, but I could talk an hour about a cup of coffee if I had to.